Hello. Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Minecraft Creative Time. Back today working on some tunnels. If you were here for the last Minecraft stream, we made this tunnel. I started working on these, and there's going to be more of these all throughout the city. These are going to be a variety of different uses. But it is time to make the set on the next tier. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. And we're going to start right over here, going straight this way. And it's probably going to wind up coming all the way through. I don't know how far I'm going to actually go with it, but I might try and run it all the way until it kind of either comes out the wall or comes out down here. I'm not exactly sure how far it's going to wind up, where the exit would wind up, because I haven't bothered to measure and mark the heights, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter, honestly, because I haven't built anything over there yet anyway. So we'll work around it. Alright, I guess it's time to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be putting it in right here. Go ahead and start with the 9 blocks in the center, and then we'll cut out the edges after that. Just going to be doing a lot of tunneling today, a lot of breaking and building. But that is just fine with me. Super excited about what we're going to be doing with this city. Really happy to be working back on it again. It's gonna be awesome. For those of you who might be new to the videos or stream, I don't like using any mods to help me with building and breaking. It's all pure creative. We're not using any world edit or anything else. What's that other one that's really big? Axiom or whatever? Not using that one either. Just over here, doing it all by hand. For me, I really enjoy the whole part of it. It's very cathartic and meditative in a way of actually like doing everything by hand. You kind of get into a rhythm. Plus, I find that it's far easier to make things fit into the actual natural terrain of the game and the standard environments. He says while standing on a heavily terraformed terrace system. Honestly, this project is the most amount of terraforming I've ever done for anything, and we're just getting started. There's going to be so much more. I normally try to not terraform at all if I can, and try and work as much as possible within the natural terrain. But my whole goal is to make stuff look like it really belongs there, and not just look like somebody just kind of copy-pasted it in. I much prefer the actual proper natural look. I find that it makes things have kind of a unique feel to them in a way. You know, most people tend to not most people tend to not build things to Steve scale, if you will. And you wind up looking at these super massive mega structures that like are basically practically impossible in the real world in some cases, just because of the manner in which they are created. But I've honestly never been a fan of the huge mega space buildings because like they always wind up feeling so empty unless you're actually using that space for something like, say, a fighting arena or a mini game space or some kind of storage system. I know there's all kinds of auto storing systems and auto crafting systems, though from what I understand, the auto crafter stuff is really improved with the addition of the crafting block, the crafter block, which as that's not really something that I'm super huge into, is like the whole automated stuff. I haven't messed with those yet. So that'll be fun when I finally get around to doing that. That's going to be really fun, I'm sure. But if you watch my content, you know that I'm not really the biggest fan of survival these days. I do enjoy playing from time to time, but I get so tired of the slog of collecting resources when all I want to do is build stuff. However, I do make exceptions in some cases. Sometimes it's really fun to do like roleplay stuff with people, or if I'm just playing with my friends, I love doing that, regardless of what we actually wind up doing. And besides, I usually, if I'm playing with friends, am joining into an established group and not starting fresh from like the ground up, as it were. Okay, that's gonna exit right there. Oh, that's actually kind of perfect. It comes out right underneath the roadway there. I think I'll stop it right there, actually. We'll kind of make like a subway style entrance here. We'll leave it like that for now. We'll fix that up when we come back around to that end of the tunnel. Alright, perfect. This is gonna be good. You know what, let's check out spectator mode. Let's see what this actually looks like from in here. Alright, so there's our other tunnel. These are running parallel but not quite on top of each other. Oh, that's perfect. I have space to make an elevator between the two. Very good, very good. Okay, oh, and this runs right parallel to this ravine down there. There may have to be some form of access point to that at some point. Oh, and it's open to the air over here. Okay. Oh, it's that one. Okay, yeah, that's going to be fun. All right, definitely going to do that. And then where are we connecting up over here? What do we got on this side? Okay, the basement for that house will connect over here. All these buildings will connect up on this side. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to do the elevator between the levels right in this corner, maybe even. No, actually, because I don't want to mess with all of that. I don't want to try to make this work right. If I did that, I'll do it like further down here somewhere. Probably right along in here. Ooh, I should do it where the ravine is, so that way it can go down into the ravine too. I need to extend this lower tunnel first. So that'll be later. We'll do that later. Maybe today, if we get to it, or maybe next time. Depends on how long this takes. Okay, and that loops around to that big tunnel that goes way down. Way on down there. Just keep on going down. And that goes right over to the trial chamber. Okay, cool. A lot of geodes over here. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm gonna need to connect these two together with a tunnel as well at some point, because this area is definitely going to be heavily used. I might as well connect all this up so that I have like a nice undercity area, and then we already know about this reservoir I'll be making stuff with too. So we'll go ahead and connect those up with tunnels as well. Probably just make like a T shape that goes between those two, and then has this one come up to that T in between these. That'd probably be the easiest way. Alright, and then let's see, what do we have way down here? Alright, there's a big open chamber way down there. I don't know what we're really going to use that for, but we'll decide when we get to it. We may not do anything with it. But I'm definitely going to use this chamber here and the associated connecting tunnels, as well as this big one here and this drop section here. Okay, good. All right, back to this tunnel. I just needed to see where all that connected, so that way I would know how it's all going to work out later. All right, going back to creative. Look at that. Okay, and let's start on this lower section here. We'll just go ahead and start breaking this. Take out the bottom, then we'll run down the sides, and then grab that top. We'll go ahead and start laying in the patterning for the floors, and then we'll get the pillars and walls built, and the ceiling as well. Actually, I'll probably do the floor and ceiling in one go. I could do the floor, go in one direction, and then hit the ceiling on the way back. And then I'll probably do the sides the same way. I'll do one side and then come back down the other, doing the other side. Then we'll do all the pillars every 5 blocks. Excuse me, it's not every 5 blocks. 5 blocks in between each pillar set. Each support structure set. Ceiling blocks down. Okay, so that is exposed more than I want it to be. Right there. So we may wind up having this exit a little bit sooner than I was intending over here. But, I mean, then it kind of is, like, right here next to the road. Maybe we can even make, like, a little kind of building situation, or, no, we'll do a subway station where it, like, comes down at an angle this way. Down into the building. Okay, let's... Again, we'll fiddle with that side when we get to that end. That'll be because I'll make a little subway station entrance situation, as it were. A nice fancy little tunnel entrance. We'll have to design something for that. So I don't want to get distracted by that right now. I want to get these ceiling and the edges done. Hey, Han. Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. Work first. Work more important. But yeah, I'm really excited about the way this tunnel is coming out. This whole system is going to be really neat. This whole under the city network. It's going to be fun. And, you know, this is really just the one district, so there's going to be so much more fun stuff as we move into the different districts of the city and start really expanding this whole region. Oh, I can't wait to show y'all what we have in store for this. And I say we because while I'm the one currently doing all the building, there is in the background a small team being formed to work on this project. And I cannot wait until we are all really going full steam on this and getting it going. It's going to be so great. I love working on projects, but I especially love working on projects with my friends. And if you're familiar with my content, then there will be some new return or some old returning faces that you may be familiar with. We'll go ahead and leave that until it actually occurs. However, the development of this city and its surrounding region is going to be so good. I already know it. You wonder how these people are. Who could they be? Who could it be? But I'm so very much excited to get back to work on a big project with the homies. Get everybody involved. We have so much in store for you with this. There. And we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. The egg yolk on your phone. Oh no! You know, I was thinking about this whole tunneling stuff the other day, and I remembered I have the modules for this old tabletop RPG called Tunnels and Trolls. which I think I only played like a couple of times, but I'm really tempted to go through the book and find some little references that I could drop in here, just for fun little things, or maybe like somewhere in the tunnel have like a cage with a troll in it, or I'm probably a warden, I guess, for the troll, as it were. I think that would be funny. Just a captive warden in a cage. Well, you can't. I mean, you can kind of capture a warden. Well, you know, you can keep them in. You can kind of keep them in a space now, right? Because if you name tag them, they don't leave, right? If warden PTSD. Oh yeah, I'll put them in a. There'll be a whole glass wall between the people and the warden for sure. It'd be like a zoo enclosure with like a really fancy. We'll like build a little section of undercity or ancient city or something down there, and then like or in here, and then put a glass a glass wall in front of it. Because yeah, I don't want to accidentally have somebody get screeched when they're just trying to walk to a store or something. You know, that would be extremely unfortunate. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna do it this way. Probably should just do these when I do the pillars, but I'm going to go ahead and do it all right now, because that's why my brain is working today. That's how my brain is working today. Definitely love this project because it just, like, literally anything I could want to build, I can think of a way to fit it into this society, this region, write some lore behind it and everything. There's always a way. Oh, I do want to update on my schedule. This Saturday, October 5th, I will not be streaming because I will be going to a concert. I will not be available, will not be here during that time period. I will not even be home most of that day. So there will not be a stream this Saturday. But there normally are Saturday streams. But I'm gonna go see Lorna Shore instead, because they don't come around too often, and they're definitely a band that I want to see live again. Seen them once, gonna go again. Super sick. Can't wait. But unfortunately, that does mean that there will not be a stream this Saturday. However, I may do one on Sunday to make up for it, so that I still get that stream in this week. If I do, it'll be like last Saturday's stream, where we do some Robocraft, because that game is super fun for me right now. I'm really enjoying it, and I would just want to keep playing and enjoying it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh. Yes, we have been talking about it to you for months because we're excited about it. Come on now. It's a good show. Plus, they always bring really fun stuff. Oh, you don't have to drag me anywhere to a metal concert. You just have to say you want to go. I'll be like, yeah. I love metal concerts. I've only been to a couple now, but I'm definitely going to more. They're fun. It's a great time. You know, everybody thinks, oh, you go to a metal show and stuff, people are gonna get beat up and stuff, but only if you want to be. First one you went alone, yeah, that can definitely be an experience. I've been to one alone now, but it was just a little show. I can't even remember who it was. It was a little local group. There were just several local bands and stuff that were playing. And I went to that one alone, but it was kind of nice because I wound up running into people I knew there. So it was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not really alone anyway. But yeah, I imagine going to especially if it's like a big concert, that could be definitely intimidating if you're not like into crowds of people or whatever. But it's a good thing that the majority of the metal community anyway is actually like super chill. That's true. Yeah, you are a woman, and that makes a difference. If you wanted to make that statement, that would not be false. Plus, like, I'm a big enough dude that like I don't get pushed around in the pit or anything really, so I don't have to worry about I can be right in the middle of everything and not have to worry about it. But like, I went with one of my homies. He's a short king, and he did not handle pits, so he just left. He was like, oh, I'm gonna go sit in the back. I'm not gonna sit here. You got stuck in it? Oh no. Oh, not with a sprained ankle. No, sprained ankle in the pit is the worst. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. The only thing that could be worse is if you had like a broken bone or something already. Oof. If you didn't, you're probably gonna leave with one. Hell, the last time I went to Lorna Shore, one of my homies lost his Fitbit in the pit. Survived with minor incidents. Hey, that's the best hope you can get, right? Going home a little bit of bruised and battered, but ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Who doesn't like going home with a few bruises? I'm still waiting though. I want to go to one of those like big Nordic metal shows where everybody in the pit just sits down and starts rowing. I want to go to one of those so bad. Oh, I had the same problem. I had to go to work the next day and I couldn't breathe either. I couldn't talk either. Everybody was like, what happened? I was like, I went to a metal concert. I can't breathe. I can't. I couldn't breathe very well because I got a sinus infection from the damn smoke machines. Because Lorna loves to use like pyrotechnics, but they couldn't use them inside at that venue, so they just used a shitload of smoke instead. Everybody's doing push-ups. That's a good one. At the one I was at, there were a bunch of little kids, so a whole group of people got the little kids to like form a circle, and then they formed another circle around the kids and were just spinning around in circles and just like making a wall so that they could have fun and not be harassed by everyone else, which I thought was awesome. And of course, like, almost everybody nearby was like, oh hell yeah, like let the kids mosh. Exactly. It was so good. Even one of the bands said something about it. They were like, oh shit, the kids are getting hard. There we go. They're getting more into it than y'all are. What's going on? It was fun. That was a great show. I'm so excited for this next one. Especially the lineup. The lineup is so good. Oh my gosh. Because it's Sanguis Sugar Bog, Kubla Khan, Whitechapel, and Lorna Shore. Like, oh, what a show. It's going to be so good. Bless the Fall Calling area told them the crowd service to stay away from it. Oh, because the little kids. Yeah, that's really smart. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I wish you could come. It'd be so sick. It's a great show. Trying to get as many homies as possible to come down and go to shows like that. Because, like, oh my god, what a lineup. Seriously. Get in your car right now. I would say hell yeah, except I know the tickets are sold out. Unfortunately. But yeah, if they ever come around to your area, or if you ever happen to be around when they're in town, definitely go see them. It's worth it. Plus, like, oh my god, okay. The first time they came through, I paid $73 for 2 tickets. Such a good deal. I mean, really, when a lot of the shows in my area are generally like $100 to $300 for a ticket, finding a $40 ticket is insane, or a $30 ticket is insane. And then, oh yeah, definitely look at the tour dates. They may be in your area for sure. But fucking this time, yeah, $50 to see Polaris Bless the Fall, 1,000 Below, and Nerve. Ooh, okay. Hell yeah. I don't know a couple of those, but I mean, that's why I love going to shows where it's like, I know I like this band, and all these other bands are touring with them, and even though I've never heard of them, or I may not have heard of a couple of them, they're probably going to be something I like if they're touring with the band I do like, you know? I mean, hell, that was how I found Angel Maker, because they came through last time with Lorna, and I was so stoked, because it was a kind of experience that I hadn't gotten from a metal band yet. Okay, some metalcore, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Honestly, there's so many subgenres of metal and stuff that I just kind of don't even want to, like, classify the differences. It's like, yo, all metal is good to me. I don't care what subgenre it is. If it's metal, I'm down. Let's go. I want to go to more metal shows. Hell yeah. I love finding new favorite bands at concerts. It's one of my favorite ways to find stuff. Oh yeah, sure. I'll check it out for sure. Definitely. I love listening to new music. I'm always trying to find new stuff. So like, hell, if anybody happens to be watching, listening, drop some music recommendations. Let me hear them. I want to see. I want to listen to more stuff. Or if there's like some shows you think I should go to, let me know. I want to go. Tell me. I want to go check out more stuff, you know? Hell, I used to work in this kitchen, and one of the girls there, I was listening to Zealand Ardor. And she came by and was like, yo, you like metal music? And I was like, yeah. And then she gave me a list of like 50 new bands to listen to. I spent weeks listening to them all just so that I could figure out if I liked any of them. And there were a few that I liked. There were a few I liked out of that. But honestly, there were so many, I struggle remembering the names of which ones she told me and which ones I had already listened to or whatever else. Or that someone else told me. But still, I love it. Oh, send me the whole playlist. I don't care. Send me a playlist. I don't care if it's got thousands of songs on it. Send it. I'm in. I love stuff like that. When people, especially if it's like a playlist that somebody's building for a long time of like all their favorite songs, you know it's going to be solid, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be listening to it, you know? At least the people I talk to, I tend to have similar music preferences, so it works out when I do that, usually. Occasionally there'll be something I don't vibe with, but most of the time I do. So yeah, send the whole playlist. I don't care. Drop it. Give it to me. I'll listen. It may take me a while to get through it, or to even get to it in the first place, but I'll listen to it. But yeah, honestly, that's one of my favorite ways to find new music, is just recommendations from other people or at shows for bands that I like. Because I know it's going to be interesting if someone else is there. Yeah, I think my you know, my metal obsession definitely started like way back when I was younger. I started listening to System of a Down like when I was single digit ages. I don't even remember when. I think it was probably in 98 when what was the album that they dropped in 98? Was it 98? I think they dropped an album in 98. I'm going to look it up right now. Because I cannot remember which one it was. But I know it's a thing. Which one was it? Which one was it? Was it 98? Where's the studio albums? There we go. It was 98. It's just the self-titled album. Okay, yeah, that was the one then. Yeah, that was the one that started my obsession with them. What up, Jack? How's it going, bro? Just been talking about metal music while I cut this tunnel over here. How's your BattleBot project coming along, bro? Three of 10, but getting there. Hey, it takes time. It takes time. How's the boat CNC thing? Or is it a CNC or like a what was it again? Your boat building machine? CNC? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Working on it this weekend? Nice. Hell yeah. But yeah, so I think System of a Down was probably like the start of my metal obsession, and then it just kind of grew from there. It was always just kind of like the old school metal bands, really, for a long time, until fairly recently, honestly. You know, stuff like, well, I mean, like the old school classic stuff like Metallica and shit, which is like hardly metal these days, but, or like Pantera. I mean, okay. Pantera, I can't not like Pantera. The OG Pantera is definitely sick because fucking they're local to me. I grew up in the same hometown as Dimebag and his bro. They're buried in the cemetery where my dad's funeral was. In fact, last time I went to Lorna Shore, we went to go see them or after the concert. We wanted to go before but couldn't make it. Probably try to do the same thing again this time. Gotta go pay the respects to the homies, the OGs. They really changed the game in a way. But I will say I don't fully support new Pantera, because if the Darrow Bros were still around, I don't think that would have ever happened. Honestly, personally, I don't think that would have ever happened. So it kind of frustrates me that they even bothered to, or that they even tried to do it. But I do like 2/3 of the new lineup, so I can't really complain about that. Wrist is getting sore today. After all the Minecrafting lately and the RoboCraft and stuff. And I was playing Space Marines. Been playing a lot of Space Marines as well. Space Marine 2, I should say. Space Marine 2, honestly, that's a pretty fun game. But I don't want to stream it because I suck. I'm really bad at it. And nobody's going to want to watch that, let's be real. Unless it's like just comically funny. And of course there's moments, you know, but the majority of the time it's mostly just kind of people not understanding basic game mechanics, I have found, which can be really frustrating. My biggest issue is like people playing a particular class and then never using it for its intended role. Like, why is it so many dudes who play sniper just don't even shoot anything? Like, I get you don't get much ammo on the sniper. I play sniper as well, but like there's a lot of dudes who use it and just only use the knife. And it's like, dude, I mean, I get the knife is solid, but like, come on, man. You're supposed to be our ranged support here, and you're not doing nothing. You wind up getting just insta-gibbed by a tank because somebody's not paying attention. Whatever faction you're fighting against, because there's a variety. Well, there's two, but still. My brain froze up for a second there trying to figure out how this pattern worked again. It's not even complicated. Come on now, brain. Get in the game. Sometimes trying to be precise with this stupid hexagon can be difficult. But I just like it. I don't want to change it. I know it's not the best option, but I'm going to keep using it anyway. Oh. These tunnels are certainly going to be extremely useful. It's really going to be a good way for me to pack in the density in this area while still allowing people to have a lot of greenery and things around their houses and shops and whatever else. Plus, I mean, it's really kind of perfect for it with all these giant caverns down here. They're not the biggest ones, and they're not like super extensive or connected together, but just having these nice big chambers in certain areas is kind of perfect for the way I want to set this up. Because, like I mentioned before, I really want to make this like a role-playing game, like kind of traditional RPG. And a lot of times, like especially old school RPGs, you're actually not in a very large map, but using clever world design mechanics, you can pack a lot of things into a tight space that really, if done right, can be super fun to work with, and it makes the experience enjoyable. I've played around with that style of mechanic pretty much my entire time playing in Minecraft because it's a way I like to design worlds when I do level design and world building stuff, because I just think it's, honestly, I think it's a lot better, and Minecraft really is great for that because there's so many ways that you can create a visual barrier between you and a space. I mean, hell, I've done it here already. Aside from just these tunnels, I'm just gonna come out here and show y'all. Like, all of this stuff creates visual barriers, so you come in low and you have these plants and trees, you can't really see the buildings and stuff. And there's not really buildings to block right now, but I mean, even the one building over there, you don't really even see it until you're almost out of the docks area. You see a little bit of it, but it's not until you're all the way up here that you even see it. And once this building is here and more landscaping is done around, it's going to be even more obscured. You'll probably just see like this much of it. But that's enough, that tower, because of the bright color and the way it's situated in this. As you come up, you just kind of see this little sliver of it, and it makes you go, oh, what's that? And it draws your eye and pulls your attention towards it, which then makes you want to wander there. And then, oh, you get here, oh, it's not a straight shot. Well, do I go this way or that way? I think most people's natural inclination will probably be this way because they see it's above. And then it brings you through this whole other neighborhood before you even get over there. So it kind of forces you to explore more things while still pulling your attention in a certain direction. I like to do stuff like that all throughout my buildings. What the hell? I guess you had a lasting impression on him? Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's the only explanation I got. Though, I mean, to be fair, you know, like, I frequent, like, stores where there's only a few employees there. And so every time I go in, I wind up talking to them, and even if I only go in there a couple times, I still recognize them immediately, because it's like, oh, hey, you're the same person I talked to last time. Or whatever the case may be. Okay, how far down did I get on this? Did I finish all the ceiling walls and angles all the way up to the end? Oh, I didn't finish the ceiling. Okay, back to the ceiling. All right, I knew I didn't finish somewhere. There it is. But yeah, visual barriers, definitely really important for building. It's a way to pack a lot more things into a tight space while still having a lot of stuff. I mean, from that little docks area, you can't even tell there's like all these multiple tiers and things, and again, like as you walk through, like neighborhoods just kind of appear out of nowhere that you didn't even realize were there. If you've seen any of my older content, if you watched when I streamed OG Aquileia, I did a lot of that stuff there too. The whole entry to the Old Town section of town was actually through a tiny little cave that I built like a security checkpoint inside of, and then it forced you to go around a corner and then out through the other side of the cave into the city. But then once you're in there, the buildings are close enough together where you can't really see except for down the street, and there's a giant garden forest area that you walk straight into. And even though it's not super complicated to me because I built it, there's 2 separate square areas within that forest area, and I heard from many people that they would get lost in the like tiny island that was Aquileia's old town. Frequently, like almost every time somebody went there, they would just get lost. And I honestly kind of liked that, because it meant that I did what I was intending to do almost too good, because people couldn't even navigate. The checkpoint aggravated you the first time? Why? Oh, we were like fiddling with it, weren't we? We like kept locking you in and out. You still get lost? Yeah, I do too. I would still every now and then be like, wait, is it this street or that street that I need? And there's only like 4 streets. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Unit kept closing it every time you tried to go through. I think I wound up reworking that checkpoint, but I can't remember. I can't remember if I just thought about it or if I actually did it. But I had intended to improve it. At least a little bit. Okay, this is kind of messy, but that's okay. We'll fix that. For now, we're going to go ahead and head back down here and start on the support section. Just for memory, I'm going to come down here and look. So we've got copper light, or copper bulbs, excuse me, copper bulbs. And then we got the stairs, wall block, little piece of the dark prismarine in there. Got the buttons up there. The lights, of course. Okay, and it's 1, and then 5 blocks in between, and then 5 blocks in between. Got it. Alright, so we'll come up here. And then we've got... Oh, I didn't grab the stair block I needed. Whoops. Come back down here. Grab that again. There we go. Okay. Then we come over here. Alright. Let's start with the bulbs. Put the bulbs in. Put these in. Prismarine. Back to these. Oh, wait. I'm missing a block. Okay. We're going to have to... Oh, I don't need the floor blocks anymore. That's right. Give me that block. Now. Okay. And back up. Put in that. And then the buttons go on. While the buttons are in my hand, I'll use them to light up the lights. And it's wall blocks. Oh, that's not the wall block. I scrolled too far. Wall block, lights, and framing. Now, why am I using these instead of copper blocks, or the copper bulbs up here, if you didn't watch last time? It's because I want them to be in the fully oxidized state, and they don't provide enough light. So I just had to. That's just how it's gonna be. But I also kind of like the slight differences and everything there. Not everything has to be exactly the same all the time. More variety is very nice. But yeah, if you thought Aquileia was bad, Nova Aquileia is going to be so much worse for getting lost, especially once we actually build like the full city. I mean, if this whole area is a city, people are not even going to know where the hell they are at any point ever. Yeah, I mean, really, look, it's already confusing. Look at this. It's already confusing. You still get lost in Roth. Yeah. I think everybody gets lost in Roth. This isn't even complicated, and I still get lost. This is a grid. It's not even hard. It's gonna be so much worse once we start building out the rest of this whole region. I love the way this whole project is coming out, though. I think it's gonna be so good. Prismarine, get the buttons. Button. Who's got the button? Bonus points if you know what movie that's from. It's the fucking trader outside, actually. The fucking trader spawned in. Because you can also hear the llamas. See? It's like, who chose that noise for the llamas? Why are they retching every time they make a noise? Or that. Like, Jesus. See, oh, Jesus Christ. Trader bro, what are you doing? Why are you here? Sir. Sir, can I help you? Do you have anything exciting? No. Can you go away now, please? Thank you. There's just perpetually going to be traders here, just wandering through town. Okay. Button. Another button. Break it. Another button. Break it. I honestly kind of like the button on the block, actually. I may wind up adding that back. We'll take it off for now, but that might be something that gets added to the other tunnel again. Put the buttons back. Do you want to start your own town? Hell yeah, you can. There's so much area out here. Actually, I want to take a second and fly around this whole region again, because I have it set up where I can actually do that without crashing my game. And I want to show this place off to people who haven't seen it all. This whole area here, like basically this whole valley all the way back that way is going to be Nova Aquileia. And then out this direction is like prime building locations. There's so many good spots. I honestly, I was half tempted to like work on a project off stream and just never tell people until it's like a live project that people can come view, and then they just wandering around and find it out of nowhere. I think that'd be really cool, honestly. But I mean, this whole region is just so good. There's so much good terrain out here. All these beautiful lakes and the big plateau with the valleys in between. There's a big hole right there. Big old hole with just one tree hanging out. Another big old hole over here. That one goes way down. Well, it's not like deep slate level, but that's down there. Of course, the cherry grove over here, and another whole other big mountain range. I mean, yeah, definitely, that can happen. That's true, you don't, so nobody would see it until they get to interact with it, unless I show it off somehow. Sneak a peek at it. But I just really love this region. I want somebody, I really hope somebody comes and builds over here in this other mountain range right here, because this area is so good right here. I mean, look at that. This is such a good spot for somebody to build something. It's this massive mountain with all these cool little valleys in it. Sweet little hollers and stuff hanging around. Love to make a terraced city. I mean, hell yeah. Going down into the caves. Oh yeah, that'd be great. That seems to be the regional style for the builds here, because that's what I'm doing in Aquileia too. In Nova Aquileia. We're doing the terraces down into caves and stuff. It's so easy here because the caves are so big and open. And the terrain is just perfect for doing terraces and stuff. But I mean, Nova Aquileia is going to go all the way out to this edge of the cherry grove here. And then all the way around here. There's a giant jungle over this way I forgot about. There's a sparse jungle next to it as well. There's a mesa over this way. It's just so good. There's so many good stuff here. So many good stuff. So many good things. So much stuff. Many wows. Much goods. This little village over here is pretty cool. I think it'd be neat if somebody like converted this village into a nicer place. Especially because it's just across the water from the whole terrace city I'm building over there. Oh, and then out this way. Actually, let me grab some rockets real quick. Be faster. Give me the. I guess duration one or duration. It doesn't really matter. Does it anyway? There's like a whole giant plateau cliffed island over here that I think is super cool as well. Because like this whole area is just like dense cliffs into this ocean, which is really cool. These really, really tall cliffs. But then when you go to the next landmass over here, it's the same thing. There's a little roofed forest over there. But over this way, this whole island is like this all the way around. It's just a giant plateau cliff thing. And it is just a little island. But this is so sick. I think we need to get Unit to build over here, because then you can just build in the caves and stuff like that. It'd be cool. I know he likes to do stuff underground, and there's like a big lush cave here and stuff. It goes all the way through. It's super cool. And with all these big openings just right to the outside, they go all the way through the island on both ends. So much opportunity for things to be built all around in there, and just like all over the outside and stuff. It'd be so cool. Okay, yeah, that's fine with me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm down with that. And then, I mean, all of this is going to be Nova Aquileia too. This whole area is going to be like the farmland area all the way up to the forest edge there. And then I'm going to build an export dock over here for all the farm stuff that doesn't get used in the city. There's going to be the main castle. There's going to be stuff all the way up along the back. Probably like smaller houses over here, like the kind of more rural houses. Out this way is going to be like suburbia, all in this forest over here. Build another dock out this way for people to get out. I think, yeah, there's like a little valley over here where it goes back down to the water. But then my favorite area, which I really can't wait to work on this spot. It's so good. Right over here is a really, really cool ring valley that I love it so much. Because it's just got a spruce forest in it. But this is such a good ring valley. This is going to be like the Druid's Grove area. Make like a fancy druid space. All kinds of natural stuff all around. Build some giant trees and stuff. Why? Why are you going to give me a rant about it? I'm trying to follow natural geography here. Suburbs versus rural versus city. Oh, yeah. That's true. I guess they're all pretty similar, right? But, you know, it's just like density differences, to be honest. No. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Around here, the way they build cities is like just collections of suburbs all together with like around major shopping areas. Which honestly is really annoying, but it works really well in games like City Skylines, which is nice. Yelling at me through the screen. Yep. See, that's another reason why I need the project to be open to more people. So they can do the city stuff right. I mean, my real goal is to like have this whole area next to the bay be the most dense, and then as it spreads out, be more like suburban home style stuff until you get to the edges where it becomes like extreme farmland situation. To be fair, the pattern that I build cities off of is actually Roman. It's the way they used to do stuff. Just kind of the density slowly gets less and less, and the buildings get bigger as you go out. No, No, that's definitely how the Romans built cities. That's also how a lot of like cities in like way back in the day developed, is like people crammed into the center as much as they could and slowly spread out more because they had the space. Or sometimes it was they just fucking did what they had. Around here it's fucking weird because everything's off the cattle trails and shit. Nothing makes sense. You gonna give me a geography and city building lesson now? Oh? Oh, you are. I mean, yes, transportation and stuff, exactly. That's why you have to have, like... Alright. Yeah, the way I build stuff is kind of between the concentric and the sector section. Too many onions. Cutting onions sucks when you're working in a kitchen. You always have to cut so many damn onions. However, I think the way this immediate switch back to the thing I was just talking about a second ago. This one's going to wind up being the third one on that graphic that you sent me. Where there's like sections of density with like less dense things in between, or maybe that section in between is super dense. Don't know. Well, actually I do know because I know what I'm going to do with it, but anyway. Well, I'm glad it does, even though I'm pissing you off about city design. It is kind of a mix between a concentric and what was the name of that? The other one that you said, or that was in here. The sector model, yeah. But I already did think about the transportation and stuff. It's very likely that the people in this area, as there's a lot of water along in this area, the densest stuff is going to be here near the water, where you can easily get from one area to another. There's going to be areas like this all throughout the city. So like if you were here and needed to go over here, you're just going to boat across instead of going all the way around, right? So I'm going to have like ferries and stuff, of course. And I mean, yeah, I've definitely been thinking about roadways and stuff. Because the main roads in the city here are this. This one doesn't have like a proper arterial section set up. But that's because I did that on purpose. With this city, the way that it's supposed to have been built in the lore is that it was just kind of... It would have started up here with like a road here. But then because of the terraces, they have to go around, right? So... that was where it was easiest to run the roads through the terraces. The main road out of the city is going to go this way to the farmland and then around this way to that ring valley all the way in the back. But then as it goes along, right, the main road here is also going to connect to the dock here, the port here. So there'll be port here, one main road going down, and then arterials and feeders and stuff throughout that. Especially in the suburban area, I'm definitely going to do it with a proper road network and stuff. But over here is meant to be more like, we just kind of put stuff where it would fit, because it was like built up over time in chunks. And it probably, if it was terraced like this, would have originally been farms in the terraces, and eventually they moved the farms out that way and started putting houses here, because it would have happened naturally anyway. As more people move into the area, more people start working on the farm, and then suddenly... well, now there's not as much space for the farm anymore, but we also don't need the farm now. But then also, what with this area most likely getting a lot of its food from fish, as it is very water heavy, I want a lot of the infrastructure to be based around the water, like as the main transportation method, at least for the main part of the city. So like realistically, if you wanted to go from the castle here to, like, say, the mines for the industry area over here, then you'd come down to the docks, take a boat over here to the other dock for the industry area, and then go up the main road into the industry sector instead of going around or whatever. That's why I'm having the densest stuff right here in the middle and then slowly spreading it out as you go, because if this was built in a time before, I mean, vehicles, let's be real, in Minecraft you got minecarts and boats are pretty much the only useful vehicles on land. Well, because you can build, ice roads for boats, I guess, and then horses. So it's like, well, horses, clearly, it's got to be horse roads, but nobody's going to want to ride a horse all the way around this giant star-shaped bay. So then you just have ferries and boat networks for people to be able to get back and forth. And places like this where they can easily land in each sector of the city. This one is confusing, of course, because like I said, it's supposed to be. But some of these other ones, like there and, the rest of it won't be. But, like, especially if you look at places that have been around for an extremely long time, like areas in Europe where they've been, the city's been there for over 1,000 years or whatever. The city center is so dense because people just kept jamming in there and they just kept putting stuff in wherever they had a space. And so you wind up with these, like, super confusing road networks and things like that, and everything gets super dense. I'm not going to be that dense here, but it is going to have that feel of the, like, confusing road network of, well, we just put it where it fit. But yeah, I have been thinking about that stuff. I'm no expert, right? But that's why I like having people like you around to be like, hey, no, you're doing it wrong. Here's how to do it right. It's very nice. You and Biz. Biz is also the same way. Biz is like, no, dude, don't do that. You gotta do it like this. But I mean, I basically did the same thing in Old Aquileia. Like, yeah, everybody just kind of flies around because wings are super convenient in Minecraft, but it was intended for people to navigate via the waterways and actually just use boats. That's why all the signage when you first come out of the portal says, "Hey, if this is your first time, use a boat to get around. Don't fly. Walk and use boats and explore, because there's so many little things you'll miss if you don't." Because, like I said, I do that stuff where you can walk right past something and not even know it's there, and it could be literally blocks, like 2 or 3 blocks away from you. You don't even notice it. Because I like to do that kind of thing. It's one of those things where, like, as you wander, it just kind of, it's like an onion. There's layers. There's layers to it. Or like in Old Aquileia, why all the industry is down in the cave, because we ran out of space on the surface. And it just made sense to put our embassies and stuff down below where it would be safer in the event of, like, some kind of catastrophic event, if you will. Because clearly that area doesn't have an issue with flooding, because it's under the sea and open. So you could just argue, well, there's enough places underneath for the water to drain out further down into the earth. Maybe it goes down into the lava level and becomes steam. Who knows? We never really got that far with the lore on it. You make up your own. Hey, hell yeah. Done with them onions. I remember when I was working in the kitchen, one of the girls, when she would have to prep onions, she would put on a hoodie and then get one of the glass pot lids and just jam it in there and make like a stupid mask thing, you know? She saw it on like some video, some chick had done it. I don't know if it was like TikTok or something, probably. It was like, that's a great idea, I gotta do that. Just did it every time. It was so funny. I fucked that one up. It's like, something is wrong here. That doesn't look right. Spacing off by 1. Rip. Fix time. There we go. Make sure I didn't mess up any other ones again. Yes, okay. We're good. Oh yeah, I guess because wings are available in this game, I will definitely be making like multiple points all around the city where you can fly from and to, like I did in Old Town. There's like a tower that you can use to like coast to any area in town. Except this time it'll be like up on the Citadel area. At least for this part of town. There's pretty much going to be like 1 in each district, maybe 2 depending on the size of the district or the shape of the district. Or the way the roadway works out, the way the network is connected. Boom, boom. Honestly, I still want to take a trip over to Europe and actually go to the real Aquileia. I think that'd be really cool. If I ever do it, y'all know for damn sure I will stream it, because that would be so sick. Definitely making content if I go there. Absolutely. Now, that's not to say I've ever actually based any of my cities named after it on its structure at all, or even its style whatsoever. Oh, I didn't mean to break that block. But it's still just somewhere I want to go see. Really, the reason I chose it as a name for the previous project is because of its role within the Roman Republic, in that it was a secondary port to Rome, not too far away, centered pretty heavily in a lot of farmland area, but it also was a good location for a variety of different things. People to get out of Rome if something happened, or what have you. Really cool little city. Has a very old port, still using the same marina as they did when it was originally built. So that's pretty cool. I'd love to go see that. I mean, obviously it's been like upgraded over time, you know, but still. I want to go see the remains of the old church and stuff there. Because it was also settled, well, it still maintained population through the Roman Christian era, which is something many people forget about. Not one anybody really cares about, but hey, there you go. Pre-HRE, post-Roman Empire, in the dark days of Rome, really kind of before the fall, if you will. That's my ancestors' fault. Whoops. Got our revenge eventually. There's a reason Caesar had trouble fighting the Gauls. Oh no, crispy hash browns. Who doesn't like a good crispy hash brown? Or are they just a pain in the ass to work with right now? Oh, that sucks. Oh, they're for you. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't like a customer's or something. Still. Okay, later. Have a good day. Good luck at work. Thanks. Alright, almost time to finally work on this in section that I've been putting off. But that's okay. This is going to be good. This is going to be the part that really takes the most time. Probably definitely going to still be working on it for the rest of the stream. But that's okay. That's what we're here for. Okay, now how do we want to do this? We've got this road here, and there's going to be a road going this way. Let's go ahead and grab a shovel, because we're going to use, just going to grab this one because it's the closest one. We're going to go ahead and just kind of do one of these things to be like, the road's going to go this way. Make it nice and, alright. Oh, kind of did that off center. Well, we'll fix that. It should be here. Yeah. Better. Okay. Whatever. Close enough. Here. Got it. Road. Road going down. Sure, it's fine if it curves. Okay. So now I want to make this look like it's kind of in there. We may even kind of build up some of this hillside a little more over here. Or we may just leave it like this. Kind of want to just leave it like that, honestly. I don't know. Well, let's see. I was planning on stripping this back more, but I'm not going to anymore. So let's go ahead and just lay out some land on top of this. Kind of go with one of these things. We'll kind of do something like that. Kind of come along here. Well, and you know what? Let's connect it up over here, actually. Yeah. I think I actually had it like, it was like this and I removed it. But, you know, plans change, okay? Things happen. This project does not have anything set in stone, even the things that are already built. I've already gone through and torn out a building I built before just to rebuild with this, because this is way better than what I had there before. And there's going to be a lot more of that for sure as I go through this whole area. And especially once we get more people in the project, definitely going to be all kinds of terraforming happening. And that's perfectly fine. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited for everything. I cannot wait to share it with everybody. Got some really cool plans in the works, for sure. But you'll just have to stay tuned if you want to see that. You can always find me here on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, except for this Saturday, because I'm going to a concert, as established earlier today. You can find me most Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday here on Twitch. And if you miss it, you can find my VODs on my YouTube channel on the same day. So never fear. You're never without content if that's something you are interested in. It will always be there for you. If you don't know what my YouTube channel is, I don't have it linked yet. I need to set up a thing for it, but it is the same as here. You can find me on YouTube at The Wicked Bird. At The Wicked Bird. I like to do the Minecraft. I like to play things like Robocraft. I've done all kinds of other games on my channel. All streams, all stream VODs. I used to stream on YouTube, but now I stream here. Streaming here is so much better than on YouTube. But I do love the auto VOD system it has. That, you know, permanent auto VODs, not like here where it's, what, 7 days, 14 days? I guess it depends on what your status is, affiliate or partner or otherwise. For me right now, I think it's 7 days, and then it's going to be 14 days soon when they make the changes. I don't know if they already have. I honestly haven't looked into it because it doesn't really affect me that much. I put all my VODs on my own YouTube channel. Completely unedited, by the way, just straight. Boom, right from here, so you get the full experience. That's also why I have the chat on the screen. Thank you to Streamlabs for that, being able to do that. Well, there's all kinds of different ways to do that, but I use Streamlabs because I like the simplicity of it. It's very similar to video editing software that I'm familiar with, so it just feels comfortable and normal. Plus, I love all the stuff that's built into Streamlabs for editing things, like your layouts and there's all the themes and stuff. Like, I mean, all my splash screens and stuff are right now just the default ones through Streamlabs. Well, not the default ones, but it's one of the themes that you can pick. That won't be that way forever, I do promise. I do have an intention of getting some custom stuff done. But for right now, we're using the old standard stuff because you know, art's expensive, okay? And I want to properly compensate an artist, and at the moment I can't do that, so. I know how much time and effort goes into doing artwork, and I don't want to undercut somebody, or no, that's not the right word. I don't want to be that guy and just be like, nah, you're too expensive. Or just fucking bitch about the price. I know art's expensive. Been there, done that. Kind of stuff takes a lot of time and effort. That's why I don't do it. I hate doing it. But someday soon, we'll have some new graphics and artwork for the whole thing. Also for the YouTubes. Gonna go full custom on everything. I was gonna have this come out the side of the thing, but we're just gonna actually not do the staircase and things because I don't need to really. I can do it a different way. We're gonna do it like this. We come out to here. Alright, and then let's go ahead and just use these. Oh, actually, no, I want the tile stairs. Or, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this. Okay, hold on if I can type. Slabs, and let's get the slab version of this and the slab version of the copper. Okay, and then it'll be like that, and then yeah, that works. I like that. Yeah, nobody's gonna see under there anyway. Doesn't matter. One more. Actually, no. Yeah, one more. We'll do one more. That way it's level with the surface there. And let's just kind of do like this, I think. Actually, okay, I want to continue the tunnel wall. You know what? Yeah, we'll just do kind of something like that. That's better. There. Here. Refill this because I cut way more than I needed. Got a little overzealous there. That's alright. Fix that right back up. I'm gonna do something like this here. Just gonna do. No, actually, I don't like that. Oop. Let's do. Go back to the slabs. Let's do polished deep slate slab. Just put those right there and right there. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? I need to go even one more out. Okay. We're just gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way. Turn these on. We've got these block. Boom. Put that there. 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 I need that one. There. 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 Okay. We got this section to do. That. Put these on. Put the light on. Ooh, that's gonna be cutting it close actually. Let's see. Once this is on, can you still walk through there? Okay, you can. It feels like you can't, but you can. Okay, let's move this whole thing back one. Gotta grab those slabs again because I messed up. Alright. Oh, that's not the copper slab. I need the copper slab. That's the copper slab. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Just do this. That. We got here, here. That one. Do. There, there, and then there. Okay, that's better. You can actually walk through that. Kind of looks like you can't, but you can. No, that's not how that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be this. Yes. There we go. That's better. And here. Okay, that's the tunnel entrance now. On this side, done. Fantastic. Okay, cool. There we go. Sweet. That didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Nice and easy that was. Alright. And that's way simpler than what I was going to do originally. And see, now we can just go, give me a shovel. Grab that shovel. And then, oh, we want the pathway to be right here. So let's just kind of do one of these things. We're going to just kind of, it's going to go over here now. Kind of do one of these things. Kind of make it do that kind of situation. Sure. Okay. Do. You come off this way. Sick. Okay. There we go. Now this, we'll have to figure out what to do about that. But that's not the end of the world. I have an idea what to do about that actually already. Let us. I think I used a block on this building somewhere. I didn't. Okay. Just hit the stone brick and get that stone brick. Boom. Stone brick. Stone brick. Okay, we're gonna It's gonna go. We're just gonna cut through here. Oh, well then. Thanks. Appreciate that. You got me. Me too. Pathways are good. Oop. I'm not going to keep doing the roads like this throughout this whole area, because it's just, I'll show you why, because when I want to try to make a more organic roadway, it doesn't do like slight curves well. I sat here for so long. I've even tried to fix it off stream, and it doesn't quite fit because it's not just the right space. So I'm going to be transitioning, like I'm still going to use these in this area of the town. Exactly, for straight central roads. I'm going to be using it for that, but then I'm going to do more like this is more natural. This is just where I'm going to run it, but I'm going to use like the mud brick blocks and put it into the roads to do stuff like this, because that's how I like to do roads. I know it's not always accurate to the density of the places that I'm building, but I try to at least, like, if I'm doing a bigger city, I try to make it look more like a real roadway. But I do want to have the main roads like this, and then like for the city center, it's going to be these like heavily developed roads, and then it'll be more naturalistic roads throughout the rest of it. And I'm going to try to do more like this in the other districts as well. Like the main feeder roads and arterials would be this, and then it'll be the stuff as the like filler, all the little, I can't remember the word right now, the capillaries. Yeah, the capillary roadways, like running to houses and stuff, and all the little shops installed. Well, actually shops will probably be off of the, not the arterials, but like the feeder roads and stuff. Okay, we'll leave it like that for the moment. Oh, let me finish putting these on. But yeah, these roads I love them, but they're a pain for doing curves, so I'm gonna not do them too much, but I do want to have them as, especially if it's like this, where there's like the walls on both sides. It kind of gives like this really, it gives a vibe I want. I still need to make this bridge. We'll work on that next stream. We'll work on the bridge and some more roadway stuff next time, because now I gotta connect these tunnels up to the road network. So that'll be next time. Yeah, I know I will. It's just going to take time. And honestly, as I build up the city, it'll tell me what it needs where, I'm sure. As all projects do. And sometimes you have to tear out something you did already and redo it. That's just how it goes. I'm not afraid to do that. I won't be mad if I have to. It's just like, yep, that was expected. I've already done it on this project. Like I said, I already tore that out to build a new one. We had that Roman domus there for a while, which was cool. And I do like the build. I will use it again in another section of the city, but that manor house is so much nicer. Okay, and now on this side, I think this is actually probably going to be the final terrace. Like this, just this little tiny wall here. Which over here is a bigger wall. But I don't think I really want to build any more up the mountain. If I do, it'll be like those super low density pathways going up to like a couple of small houses like built into the side. But I really don't want to do too much more up this face. Because I want to keep the feel of the mountain. I still want it to look like it's built on a mountain, and I'm afraid if I build up too much of it, it'll pull away from that look, because right now it's already kind of starting to do so. And I didn't want to just run terraces all the way up, which was my original plan, was to go all the way up to this upper section where you can see these lanterns there. But I've decided that would be way too much. It would take away from the effect of the mountain being there. So instead we're going to build underground. I'm going to take more down. Now, on the inside of it, I will still be building up this whole terrace. Like on this side is going to be multiple terraces inside. But outside, we're done. I don't want to do any more on this side on the outside. Okay, I think that is kind of how I want that to go. I don't want any on this side at all. I really don't. But I'm probably going to have to put one right along this edge. I think that's probably going to be the only one I do on this side. Because from this side, you don't get that terraced effect, which I want to keep. I want to keep that like raw mountain feel, but just have like big buildings in this area. Of course, this is going to be the brewery. This is going to be something I'll work on. This will probably be a multi-stream project. It'll be probably a whole week working on just this, because that's going to be a whole thing. And then the next big project I'll be doing after that is the Fattoria that I'm going to make over here. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. It's an Italianized Roman word. But it's basically just a fort. I'm going to try to use the design from Age of Empires because I like it. It'll work very well, and it's going to go right here. It's going to be kind of the furthest edge of the city is going to be right along this tree line. Well, actually, I'll probably go out to the river there, but then along this tree line here. There's going to be like a wall and the whole military sector over here with like a training camp, base camp facility, military base kind of thing over here. Definitely going to need something like that. Those are going to be the two next big things that we start working on. I'm trying to do like the main infrastructure items first and then build in all the smaller stuff like housing and shops and stuff around that. But like if I want to make a big shopping area, or like I still am not entirely certain where I want to make a forum space. I think it may wind up being right here actually, kind of right in this area where the tunnel network is, and then there's a house here, but I'll probably have shops right here. So I think it makes sense to kind of have like the town square over here next to this park. And it's also kind of centralized because you got the upper city there, and then you've got this lower section of the city there, and then another section out this way. It's the closest thing to a centralized area I'm going to get in this build, just because of the way it's set up, would be here. So that's probably what we'll do. I was originally going to do it right here, but since the tunnel network comes out right there, I have to shift it over just a little bit. But it still makes sense. It'll be right in this area. It'll be good enough. Be good enough. I don't think I want to put any terraced walls on this side either. But I do need to widen this pathway a little bit here. So there will have to be a little section there, because this is the main road in and out of the city, of this section of the city. And then it'll run along this way, right along this ridge line. Come through here. And there's just going to be tons of housing along here, primarily. Of course, there will still need to be sections of shops and things for them to use. And various other city infrastructure things, which we will plan out and build as is appropriate. Remember, nothing is set in stone, even the things that are already done. This project will ever be evolving and changing. There will probably be times where I build a district and then come back way later and just go, I'm going to tear this whole thing out and redo it because I don't like it. It's going to happen. I know it will. But that's part of why I like doing this. It gives me an opportunity to kind of grow and change as a builder as I work. And it also just, I love working on something and watching what it wants me to do. Like kind of following what it decided to do. Like what we did with the tunnel section over there and the tunnel exit. I initially was just going to have it exit like this, and then I was like, no, I'll do stairs. And then when I got there, well, no, actually just straight out was fine. Just have a little bit of a slight stairs out and we're good to go. Alright, next stream, we're going to work on this tunnel, or on this bridge, because I've been putting it off long enough. We're going to work on that bridge. Just a little bridge. It's not even a crazy, it's just a little bridge over a little creek. And then we're going to work on the elevator between the two tunnels down in here. Because we want to make sure that they connect. And I will probably also, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the time to work on, well, first off, I need to run this tunnel further that way. So I'll be running the tunnel down this way. It's going to intersect with this ravine, it looks like, which is fine. And then we're going to build the elevator between all three of them. The ravine and the two tunnels. And then we'll start on the T section that comes out towards the water reservoir and this other chamber out this way in here. We'll start on the T between these three. Probably won't be able to finish all of that next stream, but that's our week in the projects. We're going to be working on tunnels, elevators, bridges, roads, a little bit of terraforming and landscaping to make sure everything is sitting where I want it and things are flowing how I want, adjusting different roadways and floor plans and finalizing some of the layout for this area. As you can see, a lot of the buildings aren't even close to built. There's a floor plan there just to give me an idea of what I'm going to put where or how much space I have to work with, what have you. But we've got a lot of building to do still. The reason I waited on all of these along the edge is because I wanted to put these tunnels in first so I can connect them all together. And now that the tunnels are almost finished, we'll be able to do that. So that's likely going to be the next couple of weeks is going to be working on these tunnels, the bridges, roads, and the floor plans that are already laid out. And then we'll start hopping over after we've gotten the ones that are already laid out here, all this stuff. We'll start filling in this other space that hasn't been done yet. We'll start working our way up this face of the mountain and up into this valley in the center. The last thing we're going to do in this whole region is going to be this castle, because that's probably going to be like a multi-month long project. I got a lot of work to do on that. I've been planning it all out in my head, but this space is just going to be so perfect for making the castle. I don't really have to even build one. I just have to convert this space into a functional castle. And that's definitely going to be the last thing we do here. I swear, like the rest of this city will be entirely built on this whole district will be all done. The last thing will be that. That and the farms. After I finish this section of the city, we'll move into the farmland area. But I mean, I'm definitely going to be finishing out the year working on this whole area. I mean, we'll be here probably into February, March next year. We'll still be working on this section of the city. I have a feeling, because of the amount of stuff that I want to do here. And I know it just takes a lot of time. And when we're only doing 2 to 3 hour streams, to keep it a nice manageable chunk for the VOD uploads, and just because of people's attention spans, then it's going to take a long time. I don't like working on this too much outside of stream because I did that a lot with OG Aquileia, and I realized that a lot of the major decisions wound up happening off stream, and it kind of disappointed me that people were left out of the loop on that. So I'm trying to be better about that, make sure that I do stuff when people can see it, where they can find it, so that way those kinds of people who love to see stuff progress over time can actually really watch that. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's what I'm going for, all right? That's how I like to consume content like this, so that's how I'm going to format it. Let's see. Okay, so we finished up this tunnel. We got that section done. Sort of have some of this planned out. Let's see if we can start running some road this way. I already know where I want it to wind up. I've got some lanterns here giving me a guide. So let's start running some natural road here. Doing it the nice easy way. Whoop. I've always been a fan of the texture this Vax uses for the grass paths. I love that it's just like a little stepping stone pathway kind of thing. What I'll probably wind up doing is doing like mud bricks, gravel. Let's see, what did I use in Aquileia? I think it was mud bricks, gravel, and podzol was what I wound up using. I might use some coarse dirt every now and then, but I don't really like the texture for that. I don't like the mud texture either, so I won't be using that one for that. It'll probably be like deep slate or something that I use instead, just because that's how I like to do it. I'll probably set up a little test section. I'll try out some patterns, and then we'll next stream we'll decide which one we really want to go with for like a finalized kind of pathway design. See, that's honestly, that's the only place where I really like using World Edit, is when I'm making roads and stuff. I guess I should leave these lanterns since I'm not gonna cut this gravel right now. But when you're using World Edit to make roads, you can basically just make a custom brush that's like exactly the kind of, or the, yeah, I would do it, usually I'd do, it's all percentage based, right? So it's like, oh, I want X% this, Y% that, Z% this other thing, and do like 3 to 5 blocks in like one brush and just kind of brush it all in. But since I'm trying to do this without any mods, we aren't doing that at all. Now, that's not to say other people who work on this project won't be using mods. If they like to use them, then they probably will. But as far as my input on things, I'm going full manual mode, old school vanilla. I don't like to do the mods stuff. I don't really have anything against mods other than I just don't like dealing with it. Trying to learn all the commands and dealing with the installs and version mix match when update for the game comes out. Oh, can't update my client yet because, oh no, these mods aren't updated, and all that kind of stuff. It's just such a pain. I don't feel like dealing with it anymore. I used to a lot back in the day, but it's just not worth it for me these days. I'd rather just sit here and do the manual work because I enjoy it more. And I know that makes me weird, but I don't care. I like doing the manual work, so that's why I'm gonna do it. Alright, I've been waffling long enough. We got that tunnel put in. I honestly was expecting that to take longer than it did. I sat here and yapped about my plans for the city moving forward, and some of our goals for what we're trying to accomplish. Because yes, it is a team. But for now, I think that's going to do it for today. I appreciate all y'all for coming and watching, just giving me your attention for the last couple hours. even if it wasn't 100% of the time. My name is The Wicked Bird. You can find me here on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, usually, except this Saturday. 4 p.m. Central Time US. Yeah, I use daylight time. I can't ever remember when the hell it is and isn't daylight savings, so you do the conversion if you need to. Also, the schedule is down below on Twitch here. You can see it. It's all localized to your time zone. Just check that. If you're watching on YouTube, I upload the same day that I stream on my VODs channel. It is at The Wicked Bird on YouTube. Until next time, y'all. Have a good day.